Hey, this is Jonesy from Jonesy TV coming at you with a review for Killjoys, just season 2. This season provided some great standout episodes, some episodes that were a little bit lackluster, and some really good. I mean, the finale was phenomenal. And since the show's been renewed for season 3, that makes me happy actually, because I like this show a lot more than I did at the start of end of season 1. Basically, this season it took the characters in a lot of different directions, and it really made us care about them more. At the beginning of the season, I didn't care really about Potter. I didn't really care about Klein, but by the end of the season, I got emotional with those two characters' deaths. Also, this show, really the story is explained behind the sixes and what's going on, and it's really interesting. The reveal comes at the finale, which is great, and they did it in such a great way in the finale. But there is a few complaints I have with the season. As much as I enjoyed it, I would have to say that I wasn't with every episode of Dark Matter in season 2. I've been when you watch through it, you just want to get to the next one. In mid-season in Killjoys, there's this point where I was like, well, yes, in a way, I'm excited to see next week's episode, but this episode doesn't provide enough for me to go on to be excited for the next week's episode. And so maybe it had, I think it had some pacing problems around the middle of the season that really bugged me, and the comedy wasn't there in the middle of the season as much as season 1, and that was an aspect that really set it apart from Dark Matter. And actually, I think this season Dark Matter's gotten more comedic in a lot of ways in a lot of the episodes. And of course, it's a drama. You don't want it all to be comedy, but you still want it to be there. And the whole point of Killjoys is to be a fun show. And I think this season sort of toned that down a little bit and made it more serious, which it was a good tonal shift in some episodes, but in some episodes they could have done with a little more humor. Also, another thing I would like to say about the season is they had a lot of uh, cool scenes. I mean, cool problems they had to overcome, such as the mist and the mist. There's two scenes, of course. There's the one where Alvis in Old Town, and then there's the actual mist at Potter's family's residence. And I think stuff like that was really and of course the leeches, or not leeches. What am I thinking of? The slimapedes, or Mossapedes. There you go. But they were cool because Killjoys a lot in season 1 relied on like hand fights and stuff, which in season 2 does still heavily. But they had to basically the team had to overcome some things that they normally wouldn't had to. Uh, some interesting problems they had to overcome in like interesting ways that you didn't expect, and I really did enjoy that this season, and that happens in quite a few episodes. Also, I would say season 2 does a good job establishing the larger world behind Killjoys, making the quad more feasible, making it more, like I actually think, hey, the quad, it's actually like a special place. It's not just a random place in the sci-fi universe. So a sci-fi universe, like a generic sci-fi universe. So I really did like this episode. I really cared about the characters more. I cared about Westerly more. I cared about the characters I hated and didn't really care for at the beginning of season 2, and the character arcs were great, although there were some pacing problems. So I'd have to give Killjoy season 2 overall. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10 because it was great in some moments and not so great in other moments, and there's pacing issues, but at the same time I loved it. And I really have to say it's not too Dark Matters level. I'd say it's one of my favorite shows on television, but it's not like up there with Dark Matter and 12 Monkeys for me, but I really did like it. So I hope you've enjoyed this review and all the season reviews for Killjoys. You can check out the other ones in the link in the description, and links in the description if you want to check out the individual reviews. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more content and more reviews. My reviews for Dark Matter should be coming out a little bit later this week. Later this weekend because I'm busy because the 3-day weekend. But I hope you've enjoyed, and remember to like and subscribe. This has been Jonesy from Jonesy TV, signing off.